Hey guys, wanted to film a little update video and talk about my first impressions of France now that I've been here. 13 days. Oh, happy Friday the 13th. Good times. So first of all, thank all of you for all of your comments and all of your interest. I've gotten so many messages and things from people, you know, wishing me well, and thank you. I am having a good time. I still haven't been able to post a video proving that I've hung out with people, but make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat to see what I'm doing, and eventually you'll see more of the people who are in the same program as me and yada yada. Anyway, let's get into this. So this week was our first week of class, and wow. My program is teaching French to international students, foreign students. So everybody is from all over. There's Americans, Australians, Turks, people from Japan, China, Taiwan, all over the world, all here to learn French. And we were divided into groups, and obviously we take our classes with people who are at a similar level. So I'm on the upper intermediate level, so I think that's good for me. That was pretty much what I was expecting based on how much French I know. But 100% of every class I'm taking is in French. Every minute of every class is in French. You can't ask any questions in English because not even all of the students know English. You literally are there to listen to French and speak French. So this has been a pretty crazy experience for me even just this week so far, because I'm used to taking one French class per semester, and I think it's only during university that all my classes were 100% in French, because in high school we spoke English about half the time. Half of the instruction was probably taught in English and half in French. So I'm used to about 3 hours of French per week, and that's like listening to French, speaking French. Like outside of class at university, I wouldn't get to use my French, I wouldn't practice it, I wouldn't hear it. So I'm going from that to literally a full immersion, because obviously every store we go to, every restaurant, we try to speak French and, you know, order as much in French as possible, but they tend to like hear our accents and like give us American menus. And then in my classes, I have like 3-hour classes that are all French. So it's 3 hours of me sitting there like, or maybe once in a while, je comprends. Jesus. It's just so mentally exhausting to have to actively translate things and have such a problem or a struggle like to speak or ask questions, because obviously in your native language you don't even think about it. But literally these classes are so tiring because you have to pay attention every second or you'll get lost if you zone out for a second. So yeah, and I'm not used to classes that long. My classes back in New Orleans were literally 50 minutes, an hour 20 max, other than like my 3-hour directing class. So it's really hard for me to focus in like that block of a time. I definitely think my brain works better in shorter things, and then I get to move on to a different subject. But anyway, this is just how this works. So I some days have like 3 to like 6 or 7 hours of all French instruction. And a lot of that, about half of that, is completely just like language, like practicing language, oral comprehension, writing, phonetics, and then we do have some like elective-y things that are interesting but also difficult to comprehend. Like I went to a French business class and I was like, what are all these words? I don't know any business vocabulary in French. So it's been a major learning curve. But also it's the first week. I know that it'll get easier. I know that I'll get a lot better, because it's not like I completely understand nothing. I understand, it depends on the teacher and the class, but I'm understanding most of it, or at least getting the general sense. And once I'm acclimated to it and used to hearing French so often, hearing French and speaking it more often, I'm sure I'm gonna get 100% better. So that is exciting, but it's hard. This is not an easy, like blow off study abroad program. I think studying abroad in a different language is a completely different story, but I don't know, it depends. So obviously all of this has made me respect other foreign students, or just people who live in countries where they don't fluently speak that language. It makes me respect them so much, because I didn't really think about it when I would talk to like international students back at home, and it was kind of hard to have a conversation because, you know, they're not 100% fluent in English maybe. I would just be like, well, that's cool, bye. But like now I realize like those people aren't really able to express their personality or their full intelligence. That's the thing, like I feel like I have no personality and I feel like an idiot when I'm speaking in French because I'm talking at like the level of a child, pretty much. And it's just so weird because like in my brain, in English, I'm like, wait, I'm trying to say something different and it's coming out like in like a 4-word sentence. So respect to everybody. Learning a language is hard, especially learning a language as an adult. It is so hard. So that's another thing too. I definitely aim to, you know, if I have kids, when I have kids, make them learn more than one language for sure, because it's literally so much easier when you're a kid. We just learned that babies have the highest hearing memory capacity. So when you're a baby, you are so good at hearing things and actually remembering them, but the older you get, the worse it gets. So trying to learn another language and actually hear the different sounds literally gets harder the older you are. So I'm not that old, but still it's a lot more difficult to learn now compared to if I were a child trying to learn French. Anyway, also shouts out to people who are bilingual or, you know, speak multiple languages in general, because it's amazing. Any of you who are studying any kind of language in high school or whatever in college, please stick to it, because this is amazing. Like I could have easily taken the like required amount in high school or whatever and then just forgotten it, but it's really truly amazing to learn this skill, and especially as an adult I'm appreciating it so much more. And when I'm speaking in English, I'm like, what? When I'm speaking in English to the other Americans, I'm just amazed, like, by language already, and it's been like a week. I'm just like, wow, we just learned this. Like I don't remember learning English, obviously, like you remember learning writing skills and like grammar, but like, you know, like you're just a baby and then you like learn language just by being immersed in it. It's amazing. Also, I'm not gonna speak French in this video because I have too much to say, but in future videos, I will start incorporating more of it. I know you guys wanna hear more, but I'm also so tired. Other things, the time difference has been so weird. I am 9 hours ahead of California, Pacific Standard Time. I'm like 6 hours ahead of Eastern Time, like New York. So literally my group messages are all popping in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. All the news in America happens while I'm sleeping, and then during the day I'm like in class or doing things, so I'm not like catching up on social media, which is good, I guess. I don't want to spend my semester abroad like making sure I'm up to date on Twitter, but I have been behind on everything, like everything with with Obama's like farewell address. Like I didn't catch any of that because it happened like overnight, and there really is a disconnect between American politics and being here, obviously. But we did talk about Trump in my business class a little bit. That was the only part that I understood. I was like, okay, I'm in. Anyway, interesting. Food issues. Yes, I've been having trouble finding food because a lot of cafes are very meat and cheese heavy. I already knew that coming in. There are a few spots that I go to often. There's just one place that has really great potato burgers and they're amazing with like avocado. I've literally gone there, what, 4 times already? It's my favorite. Unfortunately, I'm missing out on all the crepes. By the way, it's pronounced crepe. In America, for some reason, I was always taught that it's crepe, but it's crepe. So I can't have any crepes because they're very eggy. They're obviously not vegan, so that's a bummer. But I've been watching my friends eat a lot of crepes and French pastries that I can't have. I'm sure if I go to like a bigger city like Paris, there will be slightly more vegan options, but I already knew this. I have so many cravings. I'm craving Chipotle so badly. I always crave Chipotle when it's not within reach. Also, I'm craving Starbucks, which is stupid because I was expecting French to be this like huge coffee like center. Well, like un café is offered everywhere, but it's different than what I expect. Like when I say a coffee, I expect like a mug of coffee, like drip coffee with some sugar, get some milk, but like they give you these tiny little things that are basically like an espresso, and it's like much stronger and it's different. Anyway, I've been really struggling to satisfy my coffee cravings because I'm craving like American style coffee, like iced coffee. Iced coffee like doesn't exist here and I'm missing it so much. And I'm just craving like my sugary like Starbucks drinks. and there just aren't like coffee places that are really like similar to the American like coffee shops. Starbucks, PJ's, Coffee Bean, whatever. Like those don't exist here. You just have cafes and like you order a little cafe with your sandwich or whatever, but it's not the same. Even if I do find a coffee place, most of them don't have any non-dairy milk. I found very few. I found like 2 places that have soy milk, which is called lait de soja. So I know how to say that, but I'm really disappointed every time I try to get coffee and there's no non-dairy milk because I can't drink straight coffee because it's too strong, too bitter, especially this French coffee. It's just different. And you guys are gonna say, well, it's because it's actually good coffee and you're used to drinking Starbucks crap. I know what Starbucks is. I know Starbucks is not the greatest coffee, but I have I've developed a taste and a love for specifically that type of drink. It's a coffee flavored, like milky, sugary thing, and I want it and I'm craving it. So I've been drinking a lot of soda. Like that's not it. I've been drinking Orangina. I didn't finish this one. Bummer. Some orange Fanta. I don't know, I just have so many cravings. Anyway, I've been eating a lot of baguettes and I have to go to class soon. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, kind of feeling overwhelmed. This is probably the stage that is difficult, like just getting really acclimated. Because when we first got here, obviously all we were doing was exploring and having fun. And now we're like, oh, we spent a lot of money. We have to learn French and sit in class all day now. But don't worry, the fun will not stop. At least on the weekends, we'll be free. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, follow me on social media to keep up with me. That's what it's for. Also, let me show you my outfit today. It's pretty cute. You can't even see the whole thing. Anyway, I'm just wearing this little slip dress from Adore Me underneath this dress. I haven't worn most of my clothing that I brought because it's very cold here. It's about 35 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm still not trying to learn Celsius. It's near freezing, so it's near 0 in Celsius. I've literally just been wearing jackets and my sweaters and layers, so I haven't been able to wear any of my short sleeve things, none of my dresses. This is my first attempt at a dress. I'm scared, my battery's dying. I have to go to class. Okay, thanks, bye.